Shelf-help books? More like shelf-hell books. Let's be honest, folks. We've all been there. Staring at a wall of books with titles like Unlock Your Inner Unicorn or The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Hamster Owners. They lure you in with promises of wealth, happiness, and the ability to finally understand your cat. But let's be real, most of these books are about as useful as a screen door on a submarine. And yet, we keep buying them. It's like a guilty pleasure. We devour these books, hoping for a magic solution to all our problems. We're going to uncover the secrets, the lies, and the shocking truth behind one man's rise to the top of the self-help empire. We all crave a little self-improvement, even if we don't admit it. Deep down, there's a part of us that genuinely wants to be better. We yearn to conquer our fears, improve our relationships, and maybe even learn how to fold a fitted sheet. So it's no surprise that self-help books have been around for centuries. From ancient philosophical texts to Victorian-era guides on etiquette, humans have always sought ways to improve themselves. But the modern self-help movement can be traced back to early 20th century America. This was a time of great social and economic change, and into this void stepped a charismatic young man with a peculiar set of skills. Enter Dale Carnegie, the OG self-help guru. Born in 1888 to poverty-stricken farmers in Missouri, Carnegie's early life was far from glamorous. He was a small-town boy with big dreams, a burning desire to escape his humble beginnings and make something of himself, and boy did he ever.
I was a terrible salesman really, but it was through my failures and rejections that I stumbled upon a valuable truth. People are more interested in themselves than anything else in the world.
This realization would become the cornerstone of his self-help empire. Carnegie's journey to self-help stardom was anything but conventional. From bacon salesman to public speaking pioneer, Carnegie, with his newfound understanding of human nature, decided to ditch the soap and bacon. Instead, he rented a room at the YMCA and started teaching public speaking. Now this wasn't your average boring as watching paint dry public speaking class. Oh no, Carnegie's classes were different. He tapped into people's deepest desires, the longing to be heard, to be liked, to be respected.
I taught my students how to command a room, how to project confidence, even if they were sweating bullets inside, and how to win over an audience with charm and charisma.
Word spread like wildfire. People were captivated by Carnegie's practical, no-nonsense approach. He wasn't peddling empty promises. He was giving people tangible tools to improve their lives. The classes were a roaring success. Soon, Carnegie was teaching in packed halls across America. In 1936, the world was introduced to a book that would change the landscape of self-help forever: How to Win Friends and Influence People. This wasn't just another dusty tome on etiquette or philosophy. This was a practical guide to navigating the complexities of human interaction, written in simple, engaging language that anyone could understand.
I distilled my years of experience, observations, and research into a series of easy-to-follow principles. I taught readers how to remember names, a skill we could all use, am I right? How to become genuinely interested in others, and how to win people to your way of thinking without arousing resentment.
The book was an instant bestseller. People devoured it, hungry for Carnegie's insights and eager to apply his principles to their own lives. He wrote with warmth, humor, and a genuine desire to help people succeed. How to Win Friends and Influence People became a global phenomenon, selling millions of copies worldwide and being translated into dozens of languages. Carnegie's star continued to rise. He became a household name, synonymous with self-improvement and the art of winning friends.
But as with any meteoric rise to fame, Carnegie's success wasn't without its share of scrutiny and controversy. Critics accused him of promoting a manipulative and insincere approach to human interaction. They argued that his teachings encouraged people to be fake, to put on a facade of friendliness to get ahead in life.
These criticisms, while harsh, weren't entirely unfounded. Carnegie, however, argued that his methods were not about manipulation, but rather about understanding and adapting to the realities of human nature. He believed that everyone, deep down, craved appreciation, respect, and a sense of importance. By learning how to fulfill these basic human needs in others, he argued, we could create more harmonious and productive relationships.
He drew heavily on the emerging field of psychology, citing the works of William James and Sigmund Freud to support his theories. He emphasized the importance of empathy, of truly understanding and connecting with people on an emotional level.
Carnegie's teachings resonated with a society grappling with the impersonality and alienation of modern life. People were hungry for connection, for a sense of belonging, and Carnegie offered them a roadmap to achieving it. His message was simple, practical, and surprisingly effective.
How to Win Friends and Influence People became the ultimate guide to social and professional success. Business executives swore by its principles, using them to close deals and climb the corporate ladder. Politicians studied its pages, hoping to win over voters and sway public opinion. Even Hollywood stars embraced Carnegie's teachings, using his techniques to navigate the treacherous waters of show business.
People from all walks of life, from housewives to students to factory workers, found solace and inspiration in Carnegie's words. They used his principles to improve their marriages, mend broken friendships, and build stronger relationships with their children. Carnegie's message transcended cultural and geographical boundaries. His book became a global phenomenon, embraced by people from all corners of the world.
However, the debate over the ethical implications of Carnegie's methods continued to rage. Critics pointed out that his teachings could be easily misused by those with less than noble intentions. They argued that his principles, while seemingly harmless on the surface, could be twisted to manipulate, exploit, and control others. Is it ethical, they asked, to feign interest in someone's hobbies or to shower them with compliments simply to gain their favor?
The controversies surrounding Carnegie's work reflected a broader societal anxiety about the nature of authenticity and the ethics of persuasion. In an increasingly competitive and individualistic world, the line between genuine connection and calculated manipulation seemed to be blurring.
Carnegie, for his part, maintained that his methods were only effective when applied with sincerity and genuine goodwill. He emphasized the importance of building relationships based on mutual respect and understanding, not on deceit and manipulation. The principles I have taught, he wrote, are based on the fundamental truth that you can't win anyone over to your way of thinking by arguing with them or trying to prove them wrong.
He believed that the key to influencing people was not to manipulate them, but to inspire them, to appeal to their better nature, and to create win-win situations where everyone benefited. He argued that his methods were simply tools, and like any tool, they could be used for good or for evil depending on the intentions of the user.
The debate over the ethics of Carnegie's methods continues to this day. His work remains both celebrated and criticized, hailed as a masterpiece of self-improvement, and condemned as a manual for manipulation. The legacy of Dale Carnegie is complex and multifaceted, a testament to the enduring power and the potential pitfalls of the human desire to connect, to influence, and to succeed.
Okay, gather around, folks, because this is where the story takes a turn. We're about to delve into the juiciest part of our self-help saga, the scandal that rocked Carnegie's world. Now, you'd think a guy who built an empire on winning friends and influencing people wouldn't have too many enemies, right? Well, think again.
Behind Carnegie's megawatt smile and folksy charm lurked a secret that had the potential to unravel his carefully constructed image and expose him as a fraud. Ready for it? Carnegie, the self-proclaimed master of human interaction, the guru of gab, wasn't always the one doing the writing. Gasp!
That's right, folks. Whispers began to circulate that Carnegie employed ghostwriters. The whispers turned into a roar when the authorship of another self-help classic came into question, Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. This book, a Bible for aspiring entrepreneurs, was another runaway bestseller, selling millions of copies and inspiring generations of readers to chase their dreams.
Hill, a contemporary of Carnegie, had even shared the stage with the self-help superstar during their speaking tours. The two men were often seen together, their names linked in the burgeoning world of self-improvement.
But here's the kicker. Some folks started noticing striking similarities between Hill's Think and Grow Rich and Carnegie's teachings. The language, the anecdotes, even some of the core principles, they all seemed eerily familiar. Accusations of plagiarism flew like poisonous darts. Critics cried foul, claiming that Hill had ripped off Carnegie's work, passing it off as his own to achieve fame and fortune. The scandal sent shockwaves through the self-help community, leaving readers questioning everything they thought they knew about their beloved gurus.
Carnegie, for his part, remained tight-lipped on the matter. He never publicly confirmed nor denied the ghostwriting allegations, and the extent of his involvement in Hill's work remains a subject of debate to this day. Some argue that Hill, far from being a plagiarist, was actually a close collaborator of Carnegie's, entrusted with expanding upon and disseminating his teachings to a wider audience.
The Carnegie legacy, tarnished by scandal or shining brighter. So what are we to make of all this? Did Carnegie's reliance on ghostwriters diminish his legacy, or was it simply a pragmatic approach to spreading his message far and wide?
There's no denying that Carnegie's teachings have had a profound impact on the world. His books continue to sell millions of copies. His principles are still taught in business schools and self-improvement seminars, and his name remains synonymous with the art of winning friends and influencing people.
But the ghostwriting scandal, whether true or not, casts a long shadow over his legacy. It raises questions about authenticity, originality, and the very nature of self-help itself.
Are they timeless principles of human interaction, or simply clever marketing ploys crafted by unseen hands? The debate rages on, and the truth, like the man himself, remains shrouded in a certain degree of mystery.
The self-help industry today, a multi-billion-dollar business built on hope. So, here we are, folks, standing at the altar of self-improvement. The self-help industry has ballooned into a multi-billion-dollar behemoth. It's a sprawling landscape of books, seminars, podcasts, apps, and retreats. Walk into any bookstore and you'll be greeted by a veritable tsunami of self-help titles. Want to learn how to manifest your dream life? There's a book for that. Need to declutter your mind, your home, and your relationships? Step right up. Feeling anxious, stressed, and overwhelmed by the relentless pace of modern life? There's a self-help guru out there who's got just the solution for you. The sheer volume of self-help offerings can be overwhelming, even paralyzing, but amidst the hype, there's a kernel of truth that keeps us coming back for more. Deep down, we all yearn for growth, for meaning, for a sense of purpose in a world that often feels chaotic and uncertain. Section 2. From Carnegie to Covey, the evolution of self-improvement. The self-help movement, like any cultural phenomenon, has undergone its own evolution since Carnegie's time. From the practical, common-sense approach of how to win friends and influence people to the more spiritual, introspective teachings of Stephen Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, the focus of self-help has shifted and expanded over the decades.
We've seen the rise of positive psychology, with its emphasis on gratitude, optimism, and the pursuit of happiness. We've witnessed the emergence of mindfulness and meditation as mainstream practices, touted for their stress-reducing and focus-enhancing benefits.
And we've witnessed the explosion of the personal development industry with its focus on goal-setting, productivity, and achieving peak performance in all areas of life. Through all these iterations, however, certain core themes continue to resonate. The importance of self-awareness, the power of positive thinking, the value of building strong relationships, and the belief that we all have the capacity for growth and transformation. Section 3. The gurus, the gimmicks, and the genuine seekers. But let's be honest, the self-help world isn't all sunshine and rainbows. For every genuinely insightful teacher or life-changing book, there are countless charlatans peddling quick fixes and empty promises. It's a world where charisma often trumps substance, where marketing hype can overshadow real wisdom, and where the pursuit of self-improvement can sometimes morph into a narcissistic obsession with self-optimization.
We've all encountered them. The gurus with their dazzling smiles and perfectly coiffed hair, spouting platitudes and promising the moon and the stars. We've seen the infomercials for self-help programs that guarantee to make you rich, thin, and irresistible to the opposite sex, all for the low, low price of 3 easy payments. And we've witnessed the rise of the self-help celebrity whose carefully curated social media feeds project an image of effortless perfection that's as unattainable as it is unrealistic.
But amidst all the noise and the nonsense, there are also genuine seekers. People who are truly committed to personal growth, who are willing to do the hard work of self-reflection and self-improvement, and who approach the self-help world with a healthy dose of skepticism and discernment. Section 4. The dark side of self-help, when inspiration turns to obsession. And then there's the dark side of self-help, the one that Carnegie himself might have shuddered to see. The relentless pursuit of self-improvement can, paradoxically, lead to a sense of inadequacy, anxiety, and even despair. When we're constantly bombarded with messages about how to be happier, more productive, and more fulfilled, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparison, self-criticism, and the feeling that we're not enough.
The self-help industry, for all its good intentions, can sometimes exacerbate the very problems it claims to solve. It can feed into our insecurities, fuel our anxieties, and create a culture of constant striving that leaves us feeling exhausted, depleted, and perpetually dissatisfied.
The irony, of course, is that true self-acceptance, the kind that allows us to embrace our imperfections and appreciate our unique strengths, is often the key to unlocking our full potential. Section 5. The enduring appeal of self-improvement, finding our way in a complex world. So, where does this leave us? Is self-help a force for good or a recipe for disaster? The answer is nuanced and complex. The self-help movement reflects a fundamental human desire, the yearning to learn, to grow, and to become the best versions of ourselves. In a world that's constantly changing, it's natural to seek guidance, inspiration, and a sense of agency. Self-help can provide us with tools, strategies, and perspectives to navigate life with confidence, resilience, and purpose. Ultimately, the journey of self-improvement is about embracing the messy, imperfect process of becoming who we are meant to be. And, who knows, maybe along the way we'll even learn how to fold a fitted sheet.